And now we have economist from Permata Bank, Joshua Pardede, with us here. Hi, Joshua. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Tommy.
So, Joshua, it was a close vote in regards of remain or stay. Remain or exit. But the discussion now is how lacking the Britons actually understand about Brexit itself. So, how do you see it so far?
Yeah, if you look at the results on UK referendum, which most of the Britons vote for leaving of EU, it seems that, however, I think that the result will not take place in maybe in 1 week or 1 year, because the UK government needs to negotiate first with the European Union, in particular for the Article 50 in the Treaty on European Union, which has to be activated, and then it will take some time, say around two years. So I think the implementation of UK's leaving on EU, I think will start or will end in 2020. Yeah. So I think it will take some time in processing of leaving from EU, because and also I see that the results, I think it should be not like this, because if you look at the latest polls, before the referendum, it shows that most of the Britons vote for remain actually, but the result on last week referendum, I think it shocks everyone. So I think the market anticipate or seems to be overreacted on the Brexit results.
All right, so what are the consequences that they didn't know at that time, when, especially for those who wants to exit from EU?
Yeah, actually there is some there should be a downside risk for the UK's economy. At the first place, I think it will cost it will be another economic cost on trade, because it was no barriers amongst EU countries. There will be a barrier now, and then the second one, I think it will be cost also for movement from employment, because nowadays UK Britons can work easily and move easily towards European countries. So
not anymore now.
Not anymore, because there will be another negotiation again going forward between UK's government with the European Union.
Well, the IMF predicts that the UK will plunge a lot since the Brexit, but they said that they could lose like 1.4% of GDP for 1 year only. So what do you think about this?
I think in the baseline for the next year, it should be the UK GDP should be around 2% of year on year. However, taking into account the results on UK referendum, I think the UK's economy will be slowing to around maybe 1.5% year on year, and it could be lower or could be contracted until maybe so far as by negative 1%. Because it will take place or impact negatively on investment at the first place, because we know that the pound sterling has plunged 8% in 1 day, and maybe the lowest since 31 years. So I think it will impact negatively on the investment in the short term, and then it will be also bring negative sentiment also for the medium to long terms in UK's economy.
So speaking about investments, so what are the sectors that could affect it hard by this?
It should be the main commodities from UK. The first of all, I think the automotive. The second one, I think the pharmacies industry, and then the third one, I think it should be the financial sector. We know that London as a central of economic or financial system, I think it should be very significant whenever UK has to leave the European Union. I think these three sectors should be hit by the result of the UK referendum last week.
Yeah, how about the trade now? If we compare with UK with the EU or UK with the Asian countries, what do you think about this?
I think it will give negative sentiment for both sides between UK and then European Union. At the first place, I think the contribution of the UK's trade on EU volume trade, I think around 40%. So I think it largely impact the European Union trades in the near future, yeah, because and it will also hit our major trading partner, China, because China's contribution to the European Union, I think, is more than 10% of total exports. So I think we have to anticipate, although we know that the share of Indonesia's export to UK relatively small, around 1.2%, and then also the UK investment to Indonesia maybe around below 2%. But we have to anticipate the second round effect from the slowing of European Union and also the slowing of China's economy.
So in terms of that, how do you see all the central banks in globally so far? Do they actually gearing up to prepare for this?
Yeah, we know that the Bank of England just responded there by injecting, also by planning to inject around 200 billion pound sterling in order to calm the market after the UK's referendum result. And then going forward, also there is another opportunity for further loosening monetary policy from the ECB also, and from Central Bank of England, because we've seen that the slowing in growth should be covered by the low interest rate. And the other story from the Fed, I think the Federal Reserve also, the implied probability of the Fed rate hike this year, it seems to be lower, to be slower. And then we've seen that the expectation nowadays moved from September now to December. This year. So I think, and there is also another opinion, there is no hike for this year. So I think it will impact the future interest rates among global economy. So I think it also will impact also to the monetary policy in Asia, in particular also in Indonesia.
So speaking about Indonesia now, what's the outlook of Indonesia's monetary policy if we relate it to the Brexit?
Yeah, I think Bank Indonesia will likely focus on the Fed, because nowadays if the Fed will shift their expectation for hiking the rates from September to December, I think there will be another further room for interest rate cut for BI, because we know that the inflation rate nowadays should be manageable, around 4%, and also our current account deficit in 2016, I think, should be around 2.5% of GDP. I think these two indicators should be well accepted by the central bank. So I think there will be another room for Bank Indonesia to further cut the interest rate. However, it will also Bank Indonesia will also closely watch the rupiah movement. Whenever there is signal of instability in rupiah, I think it's more likely Bank Indonesia will hold the interest rate by the end of this year.
Speaking about the room, you're talking about this year, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Joshua Pardede.
Thank you.